Welcome back to the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. Today we're back here at the South Trail and working on getting it the rest of the way connected to the trail that we have previously. So this is kind of where we're at right now. I have about 5 feet of dirt that we're going to ramp up into that direction toward that cherry tree. So from here, 430 feet that way, we have a trail that comes around the back side. So we're going to work on getting as far as we can to connect back to that. Right now it's kind of messing with them. There's a piece of sandstone here. As you can see, we've gotten lots of rain, so hopefully once we start getting into this hillside, it will kind of dry up a little bit. But this is what we got so far. He's headed back here with the tractor. I'll probably be working on firewood, and we have a couple other things down from the storm. I'll work on getting those pulled out while he's working back here. So since we're getting pretty close to back around the other side of the trail, I figure I'd give everyone a little bit of perspective on what I mean by the South Trail. I have come around from where we normally take off and go back into the woods. I've come around the pond and up here on this hill. So what you can see here is there's the pond, and then at the edge of the water right there, just on the other side of that berm, is where we park the truck, and the flat area is where we come in and out of the property. So we're under the power line clearing here. So spin you guys around. So currently we have a path that goes in the woods that was pseudo cut, at least through this hill here. So this was kind of already here, so we started using this. So like I said, we're going to start with the marker. And we're going to here, I'm going to set down. So we're working with this. You don't have to change much. As you can see, a part of that is going to change out next. You can see this is one right there, and so we have a tree fall there. So the idea is actually come out up here and stand high side. And like I said earlier, we're about 430 feet from the spot back there. So he's going to continue, connect back to that path, and then we have a little bit carved out that will then take through, get through here. And instead of going down that direction where we have a lot of these pine trees that are, or the cedar trees that are starting to fall, go that direction, through that way and kind of up that hill. So I'll have to take some of these trees out here, or weave around part of them. Because the property marker, there's a spot right up there. So if we stay on the downhill side of this, we'll be on the property and be able to go through there. So once we kind of get going with the tractor, you can see there's a lot of stuff that's already dead here. So work on getting some of that out, and then figure out a way to weave around and keep as many of these trees as possible. But once we get to this point, we kind of have this opened up. We have a lot of stuff like this to take out. So he's continuing to work on the South Trail from the east. So he's coming west from the east. Since it's so woolly and I can't do a whole lot with just the otter, I have to wait for him to come this direction. From the last point we have a trail, which you can see a lot of it's kind of been taken back over. But from the last point, we have that 430 feet. You can get to that, and a lot of it will just be doing some clearing. And then once he gets over here, you can kind of start working at it from this direction, going back. And that'll speed things up quite a bit to where you can kind of work on it from both directions. Just working on cutting up some firewood. We have quite a few poles back at the home site that we've just pulled out. So I'll probably work on getting those cut up and getting them stacked so that eventually we can get over here with the truck or the trailer and get those taken back to the house so that you can work on getting them split up and stacked. So this is where we stopped last time with the wall of dirt. And we've gotten pushed through there, cut a few big rocks and stuff that have slowed down progress, and a tree that got stuck. So working on getting those two little trees pushed out. We can't get those uprooted and just pushed off to the side. So a little bit slower today than we're hoping, but still have a few hours, can work on it and see how much further he can get. So this is a quick walk in the woods from where we stopped this last time, just trying to figure out the path. Here we're walking and we're looking for where we ended the path from the other direction. So just trying to kind of get a lay of the land and see how exactly we want to get through, where some of the trees are at. And here's where we ended last time, and working on getting the trail back to that point. And while we had the small tractor there with the grader box, I had him do a little bit of cleanup at the wood yard just to remove some of the bark and sawdust. Do a quick recap on kind of what we got done today. Worked on the south trail some more. Got probably another, I don't know, 100, 150 feet. Still have just shy of 300 to go to connect back to the path we have. And even once we get back to that, we still have a pretty decent run to go to get through everything. I think I kind of showed you, you'll see how that video kind of turned out. Me walking through the woods, kind of showing you where we're going to come out under the power lines back there. Those things, just, you know, eating an elephant, take a little bite at a time, and eventually we'll get there. So it's a work in progress. And thank you for watching the Smitter's 100 Acre Wood. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. I know a lot of the people who watched I was looking at the analytics the other day, and a lot of people that watch the channel still haven't subscribed, so I'd appreciate it if you enjoy stuff like this to subscribe. Try to put different things in there, kind of on a few different, you know, obviously primarily focused on Kubotas and chainsaws and stuff like that, but hopefully I'll be kind of integrating other things, and as we do more here at the 100 acres, building and doing the septic here and putting water in and power and all that kind of stuff. Hope to do videos of that too. It's just one of those things that it takes time and money to do all of that. So anyway, long way to say, if you're not subscribed and you enjoy this type of stuff, please subscribe, and we will catch you next time. Able to get all the wood that was here in the temporary wood yard all in the rounds, so have a pretty good pile here now, just stacked up between a couple trees. It's about 4 or 5 deep, and has a decent mix. There's a lot of cherry in there from trees that have blown down, a little bit of sycamore, a little bit of ash, and I think down at the bottom there's a walnut tree that was pretty small that blew over in the storm, so I went ahead and just split it into, or cut it in the firewood because it wasn't big enough to do anything else with.